Big Daddy Don Garlits, and we're at a cruise in here at Ocala. It's a benefit for a young lady who was killed in a tragic school bus accident. And the cars are just phenomenal that have turned out. But I want to take you back to 1932. That happened to be the year I was born. So I'm a little partial to 32 Fords, but I'll bet you $1 to a donut, nobody in the whole world would have thought when they built those 32 Fords that they'd be what they turned out to be. There's probably more 32 Fords on the road today than there were when they were actually running, because there have been so many replicas of all types made, plastic ones, steel ones, you name it. 32 Ford is the classic Ford hot rod, and I'm standing between two of them here that just absolutely epitomize what I'm talking about. Now, they don't have the original flathead Ford engines in them, but when I say that, I mean a flathead Ford like a 24 stud, not the original little 65 horse. This actually has a Ford engine in it. This one has a small block Chevy. And these are the two engines of choice for these cars because they're lightweight, they're small, they go inside the hood. Every once in a while, a real diehard like myself will put a Chrysler engine in one, and then you can't have the nice hood side. And this happens to be a little roadster body, and with all the traditional chrome-plated Ford front end pieces, you see them on there, the little headlights, the fenders are gone. And the two bodies of choice are the Roadster, and over here we have the three-window coupe. And this was a test car in 1932. Ford wanted to see how the people would react to a three-window coupe, so they built these cars, and people just loved them because it's so easy to get in and out of one of these cars. You open the door and you got full access to your car. So in 1933, all the coupes and cars were what they called suicide doors. They didn't call them that at the first because they didn't know they were suicide doors. But if you're driving along at about 50 miles an hour and you happen to open this door, it could suck you out of there. And a lot of people were sucked out. So in 1935, Ford went back to the traditional doors that open in the back. But these cars are really sought after, and they are so sought after that there's actually a factory here in the country that builds a steel three-window Ford coupe from scratch that any of the stock Ford parts will fit. And that's a real compliment to a car when a factory years and years later will build that entire car in steel because there's such a demand. Can you imagine what the dies cost to do that? But they did it. And it just speaks so highly of the 32 Fords and how people love them. And I guess it will never change. As long as there's hot rods, there'll always be 32 Fords.